Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's special meeting of the City Council. I'd like to ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Mayor Ford?
Here.
Oh, hold on. Mayor Pro. Councilmember Amador.
Present.
Councilmember Carson.
Present.
Councilmember Diaz.
Here.
Councilmember McEldowney.
Here.
Councilmember Elliott.
Present.
Councilmember Douglas. Mr. Mayor, you have a quorum.
Thank you, and for the record, there are two council members missing this evening, Councilman Teeter and Councilman Douglas. So I'm open for a motion to give them an excused absence for this evening. Mr. Bullock.
Move to excuse Councilmember Teeter and Councilmember Douglas from this meeting this evening.
Thank you, and because I don't have any lights up here, just raise your hand. I need a second. Mr. Amador.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to allow for an excused absence for Mr. Douglas and Mr. Teeter for this evening's meeting. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. Now, first of all, I want to welcome everybody in the audience, but especially the candidates that have chosen to run for City Council. We have 4 members of this council that will be leaving us in November, and I want to thank each and every candidate for their desire to run and serve their community. It's a big job, and it takes a lot of willpower and desire to serve your community, to take on the task you are all taking on. So with that, I would tell all of you, good luck, and continue, regardless whether you're successful or not, continue to help your community. There's boards and commissions, there's all kinds of opportunities, and I would just ask that you consider to stay engaged, whether you're successful or not in this election. But good luck to all of you. So tonight, I'm going to turn it over to our city clerk. She's going to explain to all of you how this process is going to work, and we'll get these names in the lot drawing and get them drawn so you know where your names will show up on the ballot. So, Laura, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Good evening, Mayor, members of council, staff, candidates. Thank you all for coming tonight to our ballot name draw. This is probably the 3rd election that we have done this here in the council chambers, in front of you, council, and in front of our viewing and listening audience. Under Colorado state statutes, the order in which candidate names are placed on the ballot is done through lot. And that's what we're going to do tonight. So the process is going to be each candidate has been provided with their name written on these pieces of paper that are the same measurement, same dimensions. We have folded them so that they are all the same. I will be calling their name up one by one, and they will be representative from their candidate committee or family member may come up to the ballot box, and this is an antique ballot box that we have loaned out to the Historical Society, and they were kind enough to let us use it tonight. Candidates will come up, place their names into that ballot box, and then once all the names have been in the ballot box, I'm going to invite our interim police chief, Nichols, to come forward and start pulling the names out of the ballot box. As he's doing that, I'm going to record the order in which they are pulled, and that will be the order of the names on the ballot. I need to certify your ballot content to the Adams County Clerk and Recorder by this Friday, and since Monday was a holiday, we called this special meeting in order to do this tonight. So thank you for your allowing us to do this tonight. So with that, I'm going to start calling down the names. The first name I have in my hand because candidate Leffel did let me know that he could not come tonight, and he did ask me to drop that in the ballot. So I'm going to drop that in the ballot box. Okay, I would like to ask candidate Oscar Madera to come forward, please, and put his name in the ballot box. Thank you. Candidate Jacob Wilson. Candidate Nicole Frank. Thank you. Candidate Tanya Russell. Thank you. Candidate Harvest Thomas. Thank you. Candidate Benjamin Huseman. No. Candidate Jose Guardiola. Thank you. Candidate Alan Howell. Thank you. Candidate Anthony Stellato. Thank you. And last but certainly not least, candidate William Jackson. These candidates have all submitted petitions, nomination petitions that contained 25 valid signatures, and that is how they have made it to this stage so far. So thank you very much. So now I'll ask Chief Nichols to come forward. Oh, yes, you are.
That's part of the trick, Chief.
So if you will go ahead and start taking names. So the first name is Tanya Russell. Tanya Russell is a candidate for Ward 3. Ms. Russell, you will be first on the ballot for Ward 3. Gene Leffel is a candidate in Ward 1. He will be first on the ballot in Ward 1. Jacob Wilson. Mr. Wilson is a candidate in Ward 3. Mr. Wilson, you will be second on the ballot. Nicole Frank is a candidate in Ward 3. Ms. Frank will be third on the ballot. Anthony Stellato is a candidate at large. He will be first on the ballot. Jose Guardiola is a candidate at large. Mr. Guardiola, you will be second on the ballot. Benjamin Huseman is a candidate at large. He will be third on the ballot. Alan Howell is a candidate at large. He will be fourth on the ballot under at large. William Jackson is a candidate at large. He will be number 5. Oscar Madera is a candidate in Ward 1. He will be number 2 on the ballot under Ward 1. Harvest Thomas is a candidate at large. He will be number 6 on the ballot. That concludes our lot draw. Thank you all for your participation. I'll turn it back over to the mayor.
All right. Thank you, Laura, for having everything set up to be able to do this. And I will remind all of you that just because of where your name lands on the ballot doesn't mean anything. I've been through a lot of these. Every person that's sitting up here today has been through this process, but I think me and Mayor Pro Tem Bullock have been through the process a lot more than anyone else. So I could tell you there's times where I've been the last name on the ballot or the first name on the ballot. It doesn't matter. It's how hard you work and how much you can get the trust of this community to support you and your ideas on how you're going to help this team up here make this city a better place. So work hard and good luck, each one of you. My phone is available. If you guys, any of you, want to contact me, I would be glad to sit down and answer any questions you may have. It's a nerve-wracking process to run for office. And as many times as we've been there, I will tell you that it's nice to know you can call somebody, and I think anyone on this council would be willing to answer any questions you may have, to be able to have those questions answered for when you're in the public, whether it's on projects that we're dealing with, what future projects we're looking at, all of that kind of stuff about the budget. But I will tell you, work hard, and regardless of the outcome, we thank you for your desire to serve this community. And like I said, we don't want you, if you are unsuccessful, we don't want you to not continue to want to serve this community. So please, regardless of what happens, look at staying involved with our community. That's the one reason why you're all here tonight, is to serve the community. And there's many ways you can do that. And I hate to see as many people as we have running for office, and then the ones who are successful and get elected, the rest of you all to go back into the woodwork. I'd like to see you all stay engaged, because there's a place for every one of you in this community to give service back to this community. So thanks again for all being here tonight. And if there be no further business to come before the City Council of Commerce City during this special meeting this evening, we are adjourned. Have a nice evening, folks.